of those skills also, because
Yeah.
your memory is good. What about the sugar refinery? Do you remember any of your bosses that were at the sugar refinery?
Yes, in the sugar refinery, I remember, let's see, I used to know, I can't think of the name.
You remember Lucian, working with Lucian Calm?
I worked, one thing I did in the sugar refinery, they put me in the production department, and every morning they would bring reports on my desk, and I would figure out how much sugar they refined the day before, and I did that for a long time, and then my boss then was Mr. Al Christ.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was originally from New York, and he moved to La Paz, and he was the boss, and he was a very good boss. He was very nice.
Wayne Jones bought his house.
Yes.
Let me ask you one other question. What about, is anything special that you can remember about working at Godchaux Sugars?
Oh, yes. I remember when they put me in the sales department, talking to people all over. Everybody, I made friends over the phone. I would be nice to everybody, and I made a lot of friends over the phone, you know. I would take orders and fill them out and bring them downstairs for the shipping department to make them out. And I had a good boss. When I was in the shipping in the sales, my boss was, maybe you remember, Michael Steno.
Oh yeah, Michael. Yeah, Michael grew up in Reserve.
He was my last boss.
Michael. Yes. Yes.
Yes, that's when
Michael
I
did work
retired. Michael, but didn't he pass away?
He passed away maybe 10, 20 years now.
Yeah.
He's passed away.
Yeah.
The Godchaux part, do you remember any of your plant managers like Lipman? Do you remember Alfred Lipman as a plant manager?
Oh, yes.
You remember him as a plant manager?
Yes.
Gerald asked if she knew any of the Godchaux.
Yeah, that's going to be the next question. Did you have much contact with the Godchaux family?
No, I
None at
really
all?
didn't.
You didn't know Paul? Or?
I knew one lady, but I can't remember her name. She drove a big car. I can't remember her name. And she was everywhere. She was a Godchaux, but I don't know. She used to come to the office and all, but I don't remember her name.
So you went to the movies. Now tell me, one of the worst parts of working with the Godchaux strike. You remember the Godchaux strike, 1955? The Godchaux strike?
No,
Yeah.
1955.
I think you, Did the Godchaux strike, did people bring you to work?
Oh, the strike, oh
Yeah.
yes. Well, I never missed a day's work during the strike. The company would send someone, the guards, to pick me up at home and bring me back in there. And I never missed a day during the strike.
Bad times. There were bad times, so.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you receive any telephone calls threatening you? Were you threatened?
Yeah, but I remember them coming, pick me up and bringing me back home, but I never did miss work.
So you made $150 starting. When you had your last job in 1984, how much money were you making?
I was making about maybe $1,200 a month when I retired in 1984.
And your retirement, how much money are you making in the retirement? How much do you receive each month? How much money each month do you receive? Your retirement.
In retirement? You mean Social Security?
No. Got your retirement.
Oh, I don't get much. I get $311.
$311 a month.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember
yeah.
my dad retired. Yeah, I think he was making $400 a month. So
Yeah,
there wasn't an awful lot of retirement, so forth. Now, by the time that you retired, it was towards the refinery was closing down, 1984. How did you feel when they shut down the refinery that you worked for so many years?
I knew something was going to happen because my desk was by the window, and I could see the trucks were not coming in to get loaded. And the day after I retired, they announced that the plant was shut down. I retired in 1984, and that's when the plant shut down.
That shut down. Now I got two more questions. If you could change something, what would you change in your life? Anything that you'd like to do over?
If I could change,
If you could change, yeah. Anything?
my life was almost perfect. I had a hard life when I was growing up because my mother had to raise all of us. My daddy died when he was 58 years old, and he died right before my graduation. And Mama had to raise all these kids by herself, you know. And if I could change, I would love to be able to help some more.
You did. You know what? You picked up some great skills. One last question, and then I've got a couple comments. What is the secret to your longevity? I mean, you're 98 years old. You drink wine or whiskey? What are you doing?
I don't know. I guess I took everything. I did everything I should do. I was nice to everyone. I tried to be good to my parents and help her. I helped my mother as long as I could, and it made me feel better, made me feel real good to be able to help her, because she needed a lot of help when my daddy died.
You're 98 years old.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, I think one of the reasons for your longevity is your positive attitude. You do not talk bad about anyone. You know, you just have a good heart, and I think that helped with your longevity.
Yes, that's right.
You know, you are probably, you are the oldest female Godchaux sugar refinery person living, and I think there may be Doris Stein might be older. He's 100, but I'm not really sure if I think he did work at Godchaux Sugars.
What's the
Norris
name?
Stein.
Norris. I remember the name, but I don't know where he worked.
Right. Right. I think I remember. That's what I'm saying. Now we you know, I'm just honored to interview you. I mean, it's a pleasure. Understand? I hope my memory is as good as yours, and I got 18 more years to catch up.
I can remember things from way back.
Mm-hmm. I know. Anyone we have a good group here. Anyone that want to ask questions that we may have overlooked at time? Rodney, anything we could?
Well, maybe I shouldn't say that. In 2013, I had a bad accident.
Okay.
I fell, and I landed up on my head, and I had a broken neck. And I stayed away from home for 7.5 months, and I thought I would never get my mind back. And God helped me. I came back. I could answer any questions they asked me about long ago. They would come in the hospital and ask me different questions to see if my memory was back, and it was back.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad.
Yes.
We're glad. We're
But
just happy.
I had.
Anyone? Questions? Well, we just want to thank you. Our community needs to hear from people like you. You know, you have done so much for us.
Before I sign off, I want to say something. I want to thank you for having me, and my Rodney and Lynn Ori, my son Brian, and my granddaughter Tasha for bringing me here. Without their help, I would not be here.
Well,
thank you so much for having me.
Well, it's our pleasure. Kotee, we want to end up and say thank you for coming here.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right.
St. Pierre, we have something for you. This is a painting of the house that we're restoring. Yes, and also we have something else for you. We have a $100 gift certificate to La Loretta, there's a Mexican restaurant. And also we have a, well, we're supposed to be filming.
It's filming.
Back up.
It's still filming.
Back up. Start it over.
It's still filming.
Okay.
Just keep going.
Also, we have a coin with the Godchaux house on it and the little
Right.
number 3.
Oh, we'll hang it in the.
That's the house that we're restoring. And on the other side is the little train.
That is really nice. Thank you.
Oh, good. Gotta hold the picture and we're gonna. So
Too many old people.
that's beautiful. No.
Certainly not with her memory.
Right.
Yeah, Norris did work at Godchaux.
All right, good deal.
You should see them.